Assalamu alaikum. I hope you all are fine. Today we are going to discuss standard language, an idealized variety of language that is considered the dominant or prestige variety within a language. This is the definition of standard language. That means an ideal variety. Variety means a dialect or area. We can say that ideal language are a dialect of a language that is considered to be dominant or prestige uh, in that language or a language. Now we come to the process of standardizations. Here some process of standardizations. In standardizations there are four stages. First one is selection, second one is codification, third one is elaboration, and fourth is acceptance. First one is selection. In this step, a particular language or variety of language is selected as a norm for official, educational, and other purposes. That language would be selected, which would be the language of strong people, of course. It may be possible that one language may be selected as official or one may be selected as national. The second step is codification. In codification, the selected language is codified in sense of pronunciation, grammar, and vocabulary to provide a set of norms for standard use. In this step, we changes in pronunciation, grammar, vocabulary to provide of a selected norms for standard use. Dictionaries and books are printed in that languages. Which one we have selected? The third step is elaboration of function. In this step, the function of a selected language or variety of language is elaborated by electronic media or using it in all the functions associated with government, in literary writing, in academic writing, and newspaper. We are using these resources to elaborate the selected language. We can elaborate it. The fourth and last but not least step is acceptance. People are made ready and they accept the selected language or a variety of language as a national language or a standard language of a society. We just convince the people to select that language which has been selected as a standard, and also people speak that language to get a specific status in a society. Now we see the advantages and disadvantages of standard language. First, we will see the advantages of standard language. First, advantages of standard language is a language model. Allows that language to serve as a model for everyone in a community to agree upon in order to communicate. In first advantage of the standard language is allow the people to communicate everyone in one languages, and that language become as a model language. The second advantage of the language standard is unifier of people. It makes the people unified, having a common mutually comprehensible language unifies the member of the community. Due to the common language, the people unified with each other. The third advantage of the standardization of language is, or you can say standard language is identity. Can be employed to reflect and symbolize some kind of identity, and can also be used to give prestige to speaker. When we use the standard language, then we get prestige, then we feel a prestige, and it also reflect and symbolized for our identity. Now we will see the disadvantages elitism, because when we make one variety of language as a standard as compared to other, then those speakers who do not who do not use or speak the standard language, they feel themselves inferior. Second one is inferiority. It tends to create an inferiority complex among a low status speaker. We have already discussed this point. It means those speakers who do not use to or speak the standard language, they feel themselves as inferiority. The third one is neglecting. When one language becomes standard as compared to other, the parents forces and who wish to their children to accept by the dominant group to conform to the standard variety, possibly neglecting the language and culture they were born into. And this means that the parents force their children to accept and to learn those language which has a standard, which has considered as a standard, and then neglecting their own language and their own mother tongue and their own culture.